Hello, in this video I will show you a step-by-step process on how you can get a minicopter or other vehicles on our server. As you have probably noticed, you cannot purchase flying vehicles on this server, and you will need to craft them from the custom parts found across the map. First of all, to even see a crafting recipe, you'll need a few additional skills learned from the skill tree. So you can open that up by typing /st. From the vehicles section, you'll need to learn transport crafting skill for standard minicopters. And then there are additional skills for custom vehicles like F-15. You'll see the red text saying that this skill requires another skill before you can learn it. In this example, you'll need a nanotechnology skill from the build and craft section. So let's go there. And you can see this skill here as a tier 3. And you'll need to learn some additional skills from this category before you can unlock it and learn it. And note that this skill and icon will be shown to you only if you are level 25 or above. So up until that level, you will not be able to craft vehicles on your own. So let's learn the skills to unlock what we need. Here we go. And in general, this skill allows you to access some custom crafting recipes, regardless of if you're building a custom vehicle or something else. And you can access these now by going to the workbench and clicking this red button. You can see more recipes will appear here, or you can also access it by typing /craft. For now, you won't be able to see any helicopter recipes since we haven't learned the second skill. I'm just showing what is this nanotechnology skill and what it unlocks in general. So let's close it and go back to the skill tree. Now under vehicles section, you should have this skill unlocked, which is transport crafting. So let's learn that. And this way you can also learn any other skills for custom vehicles as well. And now if you close this and go back to the crafting menu, you will see additional recipes on how to craft minicopter, scrap heli, or attack heli. On the right side of each transport, you'll see crafting requirements. These might change in the future and could be different depending on the server where you are playing, but in general, this is where you can find it. There are quite a lot of custom components that are required to craft a vehicle, and I will show you how to find each one of them one by one. Important side note here, so when you collect all of these components and do the crafting, it gives you access to spawn this type of vehicle, and you can respawn it even if you lose it. So you don't need to collect these parts all over again within the same wipe. First custom component that will be required for almost any type of vehicle is tire. So you can see that you have an additional recipe here called Tyres, and you can craft them from 10 old tire fragments. And these fragments can be found only underground with metal detector, and for this you also need a custom skill. So let's close this menu and then go back to skill tree. Under scavenging, you will have this skill, Luck Detective, and you'll need that to be learned in order to have a chance to find these tires. So let's learn them. And this one as well. So more levels you have here, the greater chance to find additional item. And when you find additional item, there's a chance that this will be a tire fragment that you need to craft a whole tire. So I'll craft that to max, and let's try that out. So you can see we just got the old tire and it appeared in our inventory. So this way you can search for things underground and there's a chance that you will get this old tire and you can use it to craft the whole tire that can be applied to your vehicle. Now once you have all necessary old tire parts, you can open craft menu, click on tire and craft item. So you can see I got one and I have 10 more parts, and if I click again, if I craft it, it just consumes everything I have in my inventory and crafts this new component, which I can later use to craft any of the vehicles. Another component that is necessary for some vehicle crafting and for private recycler is fish oil. To get fish oil, you first need to learn a fishing lock skill. You can find it under harvesting, tier 2 level, and you can see this skill right here. So let's learn it. Now, every time you catch a fish with a rod, you will have 3% chance per level to get a random item. So in my case, 15%. And there is a chance that one of those random items will be fish oil. And you can see we got the fish oil in the chat, so you'll get a notification when you get a random item. Another component that is required for almost any vehicle is combustion engine, and you can craft it from combustion engine parts. These parts can be found from Bradley NPCs, and currently you have from 6 to 8% chance that this combustion engine part will drop from Bradley NPC. So here you can see you can find it in the NPC's inventory once it's dead. Propeller Fragments. These can be found in patrol helicopter crates with a very high probability. This also includes elite patrol helis. If hunting down helis is not your thing, then these can also be found in regular crates on the ground with a very small chance. The percentage will differ depending on the server, so be sure to check Discord for more up-to-date info. Wires. These can be found in any elite crate on the ground, with a small probability which varies depending on the server. Again, check Discord for exact percentage. And another component are bearings. These are found only in underwater labs in yellow military crates. You don't need any special skills to find them. And again, probability varies depending on the server. On PvP server, some more advanced vehicles require platinum teeth. These can be found only in strong raidable bases inside loot boxes with a very small chance. I will have a separate video on raidable bases as well, so I will not dive into much detail at the moment. Once you have collected all parts for the vehicle, you can craft it by clicking Craft Item. If everything went well, you will hear the upgrading sound, and now you will be able to spawn your new vehicle. Spawning commands usually start with /my and then vehicle name. For minicopter it's /my-mini. You can usually find exact commands in the config recipe description. Now make sure you have enough space to spawn your vehicle and type your command. And here we go. If you lose your vehicle, you can respawn it after a cooldown. The cooldown on Trio server is currently 12 hours and 1 hour on PvE. There is another command that you can use if your vehicle is stuck. Instead of /my, append /g and then your transport name. So for example, for minicopter /g Mini. And your transport will be moved to the location you are looking at. That's it for the vehicle crafting introduction. Hope you found it useful and good luck.